You know, Netflix has a really vibrant catalog of different action films, whether you're talking about Extraction 2 from earlier this year, which was actually a lot of big, dumb fun, really well shot. Then they have some mid-tier productions like The Gray Man and Six Underground, which are at least competently made, but not necessarily something I consider to be good films. And then there's AI-written junk like Red Notice. Well, ladies and gentlemen, I think we have a new contender for the worst action original that Netflix has ever put out. And it's here on Netflix today. What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. My name's Josh. Today we're going to be talking about the new Netflix film Heart of Stone, and this movie's awful. I'm just going to beat around the bush and be straight up with you. First and foremost, the movie has zero heart. I mean, it's called Heart of Stone. I was expecting maybe that title would be a metaphor for something that the characters go through, some sort of emotional growth. But no, it's just a metaphor for the MacGuffin device that the characters are chasing. That's about it. The movie follows intelligence operative Rachel Stone, played here by Gal Gadot, as she plods her way through a story that has so many uncanny similarities to Mission Impossible Dead Reckoning Part 1 that it actually kind of freaks me out a little bit. I mean, this movie opens up with a sequence that is so Mission Impossible that I just couldn't get it out of my head. Just the way the team dynamic works, the banter that's going back and forth between them. The intro ends with this big skydiving action sequence that clearly was made behind a green screen and not with real life stunts. Come on, Gal, step up your game a little bit. I'm of course kidding. I understand that some actors don't want to risk their lives every day just to bring us entertainment, but there were so many similarities to Mission Impossible in this first half hour that I couldn't shy away from that comparison. It's almost like if you can imagine there was never a Mission Impossible movie until Rogue Nation and they made that, and at the start you're just introduced to all these characters, but you have no context, you have no history of development between these characters, how they got to know each other, how they grew close to one another. That's how this feels like. And if you think the rest of the movie is going to get you acquainted with the characters, you've come to the wrong place. Those first 20 minutes or so were probably the most fun I had watching this. After that, it just became a chore. I mean, every other action sequence after that was so bland and flavorless. Whether we're talking about car chases, other globe-trotting nonsense. I mean, this movie tries to have so many locations, and I feel like that's trying to compensate for its lack of inventiveness and creativity. And one more thing I want to say about this when comparing it to Mission Impossible, literally the main plot of this is they are chasing after an AI supercomputer device that can hack into any system and obtain information. Does that sound familiar at all? Now, I know Dead Reckoning just came out like 2 months ago, so there's no way in hell that they made this and directly copied that film's script. It's just funny when you compare the two and see how one is sort of an exemplary example of how to make a great action film, a great modern action film, and the other is a checklist essentially of what not to do. Gal Gadot is great in the first Wonder Woman movie. I have no idea what happened to her after that because she's been pretty atrocious in just about everything that I've seen post Wonder Woman. And it's just like the tone of her voice has so little variability that you never feel any emotion from her.
Kalel, no!
And she's the protagonist. She's the one that we spend the most time with. I didn't feel anything for any of these characters through the entire 2-hour runtime of this thing. Not to mention, every abhorrent line of dialogue in this film is either exposition or characters telling each other things that the audience already knows. There's no attempt to breathe life into these characters and zero reason to get invested in the story. A few of the characters change loyalties throughout the film, but it's nothing unexpected. You can see it coming so far ahead because it's so telegraphed, and you can tell this is a production that was just thrown together on the spot as quickly as possible, hoping it can bank on its star power and make Netflix some money. What a disaster. For a movie with a plot that centers around AI, it's ironic that this one feels like it was written by AI. And this makes Red Notice look like a good film. I'm not even kidding. Maybe I've just seen too many of these things. I don't know. I struggled to get through this and stay attentive, and I felt my attention span just withering away as this thing was playing out. This is easily one of, if not the worst film of the entire year. I'm gonna give Heart of Stone 1 star out of 5. It's the worst grade I've given all year. I just can't think of a single reason why I would recommend watching this to anyone. The music was okay, I guess, but that's about it. So those are my thoughts on Heart of Stone. If you have been subjected to this garbage, I am so sorry. I feel your pain, but please do let me know down in the comments what you thought of it. Am I being too harsh on this one because I've just seen too many shitty action movies on streaming this year? As always, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe if you want more videos of me ranting about bad movies like this one, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Thanks for watching.